as well as we are joined by our Alabama State Senator, Senator Britt, and Representative Sewell, and this is her hometown, and we're glad to be here with you. I'd also like to thank our FEMA Regional Administrator, Gracia Check, who gives great leadership to Region 4, which Alabama falls in, and our federal coordinating officer for this tornadic event, Kevin Wallace, who will remain and work in the community and lead the team for the federal response here with our state and local partners. I want to thank you all for your quick and decisive engagement and immediate actions after the incident. As I stand here, my heart, along with many others, break for the loss of life that is in your community. I'm always mindful that at the end of every event, as it begins, it's with the community and it focuses on people as it should. I'm here today to tell you that we are working hand in hand at all levels of government to ensure everyone impacted by the disaster can access the resources that they need to turn the page on this tragedy and begin their road to recovery. Just yesterday, I stopped down the street at First Baptist Church where I met with Council President Billy Young and Ward 7 Representative Janie Thomas and listened to the stories of the community pulling together to support each other in this time of need. In that spirit of collaboration and partnership, FEMA is ready to support you. We have over 80 personnel embedded in the Alabama Emergency Operations Center with our state partners and on the ground in this impacted community. And we are deploying more personnel as we speak. We have disaster survivor assistance teams going door to door in Dallas and Ottawa counties to help survivors apply for federal assistance. And we are working with the state to open disaster recovery centers to ensure that survivors of this tragedy can jumpstart their recovery. More than 900 people have applied for federal assistance already, and we expect that number to rise as more families begin to pick up the pieces of their lives, and our teams continue to contact disaster survivors through our door-to-door outreach. We want to encourage everyone for uninsured losses, and even if you're not sure whether it's insured or not, in Dallas and Ottawa counties, to contact FEMA ASAP. Please do not delay. The sooner you start the process, the sooner we can help you. People in Dallas and Ottawa counties can apply for assistance by visiting the website at disasterassistance.gov. That's disasterassistance.gov. You can also download the FEMA app on a mobile device. And you can also call traditionally at 1-800-621-3362. That's 1-800-621-3362 from 6 a.m. in the morning to 10 p.m. at night, Central Time, 7 days a week. We look forward to working with our state and local partners to identify more opportunities for action. We know that there's a long road ahead of us, but the federal family will be here with you, along with our state and local partners, leading a whole of community effort to help you along the way. I would be remiss standing in the shadow of the Brown Chapel AME Church and the Edmund Pettus Bridge, both of which we had the privilege to visit yesterday, if I didn't mention Dr. King and his beloved community. As we help to strive to restore this beloved community, FEMA remains committed to that sacred obligation, ensuring everyone gets the help they need and deserve. I want again to thank our federal, state, and local partners for their shared dedication for helping the people of Alabama recover from this tragedy, and also thank all of you here as we continue to try to help before, during, and after disasters. And I also want to thank the media for amplifying and carrying this message. It is important that the people hear from trusted voices and you can carry that message appropriately. So right now, I will turn it over to our federal coordinating officer for a brief update from FEMA.
Thank you, Deputy Administrator Hooks. My name is Kevin Wallace. I am the federal coordinating officer, and like the administrator said, I will be here for the long term to coordinate the federal response. I want to provide you a quick update on operations that we have thus far. As the administrator said, we currently have 80 personnel on the ground. That number continues to grow daily. And as those individuals arrive, we are moving them out to the impacted areas, so you will see more of a FEMA presence as the days to come. Currently, right now, we do have teams going door to door in Ottawa County, and we will have teams going door to door within Selma and Dallas County tomorrow. Also, we are currently within Selma at Selma High School conducting registration. We're also at Brown Chapel AME Church. We're also at United Methodist Church and the Ebenezer Missionary Baptist Church till 4 p.m. today. We will be there tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Tomorrow. And again, we will start canvassing areas within Selma tomorrow as well. So you'll see us going door to door. You'll see more of a presence. We're also working with the state and local communities to identify disaster recovery centers, as the administrator said. Once those centers are open, we will let everyone know the time, the locations of those particular centers, so folks will come in. Registration, ask any questions they may need to have answered, any issues or concerns they may have with FEMA assistance. The most important thing we need to know and we need to reiterate is that the process starts by registration. So please, everyone, register. As the administrator said, you can register through the app, you can register through the phone number, you can register through our folks that are going door to door, or you can go to the DRC once those are open. But again, it all starts with registration. Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. So I'm Jeff Smitherman. I'm the director of the Alabama Emergency Management Agency. I want to thank you all for being here and taking this message today. But first, on behalf of Governor Ivey, I really want to say thank you to the President for how quickly he approved and turned around this declaration. That was key to getting the support down into the communities that we so greatly needed, and also could not have been done without the support of our entire congressional delegation, specifically led by Congresswoman Sewell. I appreciate her effort. I know the afternoon following the impacts here in Selma, Congresswoman Sewell was on the phone with me, and we started right then working towards where we're at today. So I appreciate the effort of the entire CODEL. And look, and FEMA is here as our guest. They're coming in and they're going to help. And I would say, we have it comes in good and bad. We have a good relationship, a good history with FEMA. And you may wonder why I say that's both good and bad. Well, it's really good because I know most of the team that's coming in here. I've worked with them before. But it's bad because of what the state has had to go through in order for them to be here. So welcome FEMA to this effort. Could not be prouder of the state in this. The amount of support from community to community, neighbor to neighbor, county to county, all throughout the state makes you proud. So I think that's really, at this point, I think I'm going to turn it over, stop at that point, turn it over to Congresswoman Sewell.
Well, first I'd like to welcome our federal partners to my hometown, my beloved hometown of Selma, Alabama, and to say that we are a resilient people here in Selma. We like to say that we are the city that really had the temerity, the audacity to make this country live up to its ideals of democracy and justice and for all. After all, we led marches and we prayed so that this country would have an equal opportunity for all Americans. I want to thank the state of Alabama and Governor Ivey for initiating that declaration, and I really want to thank the President of the United States for signing it in 3 days and expediting it. I know that our state partners and our federal partners are really important, but I also know that our local and county partners and state partners are also going to be the key. As I've been reminded by Commissioner, it's not just about Selma, it's Selma and Dallas County. Selma and Dallas County. And we will do all that we can working together in a whole of government approach in order to bring all of the resources that we can bear on this particular occasion. I also want to thank Senator Britt. She just got elected and sworn in, what, a month ago?
2 weeks.
It's called trial by fire. It really is. But I want to thank you, not only for your presence, but for your willingness to work as a delegation, as a team, on behalf of the state of Alabama and on behalf of the amazing citizens of Selma and Dallas County. I look to my left and right, and I see our representative, our state representative, and our state senator, and I just want to say thank you. We're going to need your help in the days and weeks ahead. We know that this is not this is not a sprint, it's a marathon, and that we will do all that we can to engage the community. On that note, I think that the one thing that my office can do is be a conduit to making sure that you know what's available on the federal level. I ask everyone to go and check our website. That's sewell.house.gov. I also want you all to know that in every one of our offices, as we walk around, we will have this little card that will tell you how to go about applying for FEMA. I also want to make sure that I thank the many organizations, the Red Cross, the Black Belt Community Foundation, the sororities, the faith-based organizations that have really come to rally behind us here at Selma and Dallas County. I want to also say to the county, the folks who have been impacted in our county, we will make sure that we also have FEMA locations and times will be announced so that you too will get the service you need in order to come back better. Lastly, I just want to say, every disaster is bad. This one is particularly heartfelt for me because it's personal, but I know that the state, the federal, the local, the county, that we will all help each other. And we know that even before the state resources and federal resources get here, it's about neighbor helping neighbor. Yesterday was Martin Luther King's birthday, and it was truly a day of service where I saw people from all walks of life come to Selma, rally to help us, and we are so appreciative of that. And do know that this is also an opportunity for Selma to build back better, to be even stronger as a community, and we look for those state and those federal and those local resources to be able to help us do that. Again, please register. If you've been impacted by this tornado, the January 12th tornado, please register with FEMA. You can do so by going onto their website, which is disasterassistance.gov, or you can do so by downloading their app and by calling 1-800-621-FEMA. That's 1-800-621-3362. The most important thing that we can get out to all those who are impacted is that it's important that you register. But you also must know that this is a process, and so you have to follow that process. Please do not be discouraged if you're denied initially. Let's try to make sure that that doesn't happen by doing our proper paperwork on the front end. And FEMA is here to help and assist us, and I look forward to working with our federal coordinating officer to find locations that are convenient for all of our citizens. I now want to I don't need to introduce her, but our Senator Katie Britt, I want to say thank you again. I know that when our backs are against the wall, that's when we as Alabamians band together to help one another, and I know that the entire delegation will be here to help us rebuild. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Congresswoman Sewell did a beautiful job addressing all of the issues, so I will try to keep this short. But I want to first thank President Biden for the speediness in which he paid attention to this community and to our state. I want to thank the governor for within 24 hours having boots on the ground as she toured this and allowed me to walk alongside her. When I look across this room, I see so many faces, people who've stood up and are standing up to help their neighbor. As someone who has been through this, I am from Enterprise, and the tornado hit the high school on March 1st, 2007. I was in the Tuscaloosa tornado, April 27th, 2011. I will tell you, the people who are hurting right now, you are what are making the difference. You standing up, your willingness to help first responders who stayed up 24 hours after 24 hours after 24 hours to make sure people got the care and attention they needed, that is what makes Alabama so special. To all the people who are volunteering, thank you. Because when you're in this situation, you don't know what you need. You wake up in the middle of the night and realize you don't have Tylenol for your baby, or you don't have diapers or a bottle. This type of unity that we are seeing here, Alabama, let's continue this. You call 211 if you want to know how to help. We have to have a 25% match here with the federal government's 75% match. These volunteer hours count, so we need to make sure that your hard work is counted. Call 211 and they can route you in the right direction and make sure that your resources are utilized in the very best way. I will say, as we stand here in the shadow of Dr. King's legacy, I want to tell each and every one of you, mayors, county commissioners, representatives, state senators, I stand with you. I am proud to be your partner. And whether it is today, tomorrow, next week, or 4 months from now, I will continue to walk with you as we make this happen. And Congresswoman Sewell, your leadership is invaluable. Your heart, your grit, your tenacity, I'm proud to learn from you, and I'm proud to fight for the people of Selma, Dallas County, Autauga County, this state, by your side. So just remember, make sure that you register. Make sure you do that. And like they said, if you were denied the first time, there may be a reason. You may be missing a document. Do not get discouraged. We're here to help you get this right. Our office, brit.senate.gov. Please let us know how we can be a resource, and we look forward to working with each and every one of you, and God bless.
And Mr. Mayor, if you would come up and close us out, please, sir.
Our mayor's birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I think it's only appropriate to just echo the sentiments of what has already been expressed. I won't duplicate that. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you to our federal partners, our state partners, our county partners. Thank you to other counties and municipalities that jumped in, all the volunteers and all the work that's being done. I do want to share, I want to paint a picture for Selma right now of something that's very critical to all of us. And that is, I want to give you some perspective of the economic impact this will have on our community. If you think about the number of houses that were damaged or destroyed, that's a property tax loss for the community. If you think about the number of utility connections that will no longer exist, that's a reduction in the franchise fees that the county and the city or local governments receive. That's a major economic impact. When you think of the 90+ businesses that we've lost, that's a sales tax impact. And so my appeal to our community is, let's do what we can to spend our resources here. I think the number one need from outside resources right now would be money. Money is not the answer to all the problems, but the more money we spend in our community, the faster our government's entities will be able to stand and continue to provide the services that we most certainly need. And so I want to encourage everyone, know that we are here for the long haul. This is definitely, it's probably not just a marathon, it's probably a triathlon. We're going to have to run a long haul on this. But we are here to do the work. And again, thanks to everyone. Again, thanks to the media. And we will continue to have press events every day. We're going to one a day now, and that will be at 4 o'clock. We probably will not do the one today because we're about to go on the tour, and this will suffice for today. But tomorrow, 4 o'clock, we'll give you an update. And we'll continue to do that. Watch the social media pages, not only on FEMA, but on the Selma al.gov. You can get information to lead you to FEMA for the registration process. And there are other venues and outlets to get that information as well. And so, Selma, let's be bold, let's stand and let's just recognize that we saw God's power and his grace. The destruction, we saw the power. But the lack of loss of life, we saw his grace. There was one building that collapsed on 70 children and 10 adults. No one lost their life. In fact, the pastor said that one child had a scratch on him that looked like it could have come from a playground experience. So we really, truly have been blessed. One woman said she was saved, her bathtub saved her life. And so we really have challenges before us to deal with the displaced people. And so, again, Probate Judge Nunn, thank you. Toya, who is our commander-in-chief at the local level with EMA, thank you. The commissioners, thank you. State representatives, thank you. All of you, thank you so very much. Representative Chestnut, thank you so very much. And we'll continue to do this work. Again, thank you so much, Mr. Director. And we look forward to continuing to work with all of you. God bless you. Okay.
All right, we have time for some on-topic questions, if anyone has them from the press.
How much money is going to be made available to Dallas and Otago counties from FEMA? Is there a limit? Is there a cap?
I like that question.
There's no cap. Okay. So as the individuals apply for federal assistance, and as public assistance is applied for, there is no cap. They will get everything that they are eligible for as part of the disaster relief.
Is there a deadline to when people or businesses have to apply for that assistance in order to be able to receive it?
For individual assistance, it is 60 days from the declaration of the deck. And for public assistance right now, we've only been approved for A and B and direct assistance, direct federal assistance. The state is working the other categories of assistance. And Jeffrey, you want to talk to that?
I can. So right now, the effort and the focus has been on the individual assistance, but we also working in the background, the impacted counties, they're working to identify what we call the other public assistance categories that weren't included in this declaration, and they'll start working those damage assessments and determine the level of those, and pending the results of those assessments, we'll request to turn on the rest of the public assistance program.
That's another question too. We know that Selma and Dallas and Otago counties were hit bad, but there were other areas also hit by this outbreak. Should they also expect FEMA assistance?
So one of the things we had teams out yesterday and today, and without going into details and specifics, I feel comfortable that we'll be submitting a request to FEMA to add additional counties on tomorrow morning based on the assessments we've conducted yesterday and today. And that likely is not the final. We will continue to work the other counties as they've completed their assessments, and we'll go out and verify and analyze those, and depending on those results, also submit those to FEMA for add-on counties.
How fast could people see their assistance from FEMA?
And after that, we're going to take some other questions if anyone else has them. So I'll give everyone else an
If there's no issues with their application, they can see federal financial assistance within 24 to 48 hours.
All right, any other questions?
You mentioned 60 days. There's a 60-day window, is that correct, in order to apply? My question, if that is true, is how is FEMA going to work locally to make sure people who may not have the ability to comprehend or to be able to make sure they have the proper paperwork filled out? Because there's a lot of people in this community who are going to be in that situation who have been impacted by this. How is FEMA going to work to make sure those people don't get left behind?
So as the administrator and I stated in our previous remarks, we have disaster assistance teams that are going door to door, registering survivors. So they sit down with each one of the survivors, go through a checklist and register them and make sure they have all the additional paperwork and everything they need, and explains it to them. So if they have any issues or questions. And what we have asked the community is, if you have areas in which you know there's a vulnerable population, as you stated, a population that's maybe not tech savvy, an elderly population, population that has a lot of disability in it, let us know, and we will make sure that we have our DSA folks go to them. We go to the survivor. We sit with the survivor. We walk them through the registration process. Now, after you go through the registration process, like I stated, if you get a denial letter, the thing is, please have them read the denial letter. We're opening DRCs. The 1-800 number they can call if they have questions in reference to that case or questions in reference to the denial letter. The DRCs, once they are open, that is another resource that they can go to and sit down, do face-to-face, and talk to a FEMA rep and have them explain and walk through any issues they may have about their case and what's missing on their documentation and kind of assist them there. But again, our job here is to go to the survivors. So if you know an area, let us know. We will be there.
If you do get a denial letter, to follow up on Dennis's question, and the people are in a situation where they have a problem understanding, will there be someone to help also to clarify the denial letter?
Yes, yes. So you can call the 800 number and talk to someone about your denial letter, and they'll walk you through the issues with your denial letter. Once the DRC is open, you can go to the DRC itself and sit down and talk to a service rep about your denial letter, or if you have a question on the status of your case, they can facilitate the information there as well. Okay.
Any other questions?
How long will FEMA be here?
As long as it takes. I'm here.
Administrator Hooks, any final thoughts?
Again, thank you to this great team of leaders who are assembled. Do you have a question? Okay. Again, thank you to this great team of leaders, and also thank you to the community for coming together. We will work together, and we will be here to see this community through whatever we face and meet and overcome any challenges that present it along the way. Thank you very much.
And to our friends in the press, we will be doing a survey of the damage right after this, so you're welcome to tag along.
Selma strong.
All right, ma'am.
If there's anything you want to